Hello there. Welcome to another episode of Dan and Don's Fans Q&A, where you send us the questions, and if we want, we'll give you an answer. Otherwise, we just throw it away.
Next question for both of you guys from Scott James. He's asked quite a few questions, but
Quite a few questions?
he usually has some decent questions every once in a while. So he'd like to know, what was the highest weight both of you reached during your fighting career, and did it hinder or help your performance against your opponents?
Don, would you like to field this one? Because mine will be a little bit more weightier answer.
Yeah.
I do believe I consumed a few more calories at some
I
times.
believe you overextend yourself. Honestly, yes.
Stretchy pants was really my time at one time, yes.
Well, it went from the briefs to the blooms.
I think as, what is that one the comedian says? He goes, yeah, what's your weight? And they simply go, damn! Yeah.
From the briefs to the bloomers, yes, Mr. Severn.
Go ahead there, Don. First, I'll let you field.
Oh hell, I think that my top weight in fighting.
Yes.
I think my top weight in fighting is probably 235. You know, I got a little fat when I was doing pro wrestling. I think I hit 245, maybe 250. I was on a beer and donut diet, you know.
A lot of carbs there. A lot of carbs. Yeah.
It didn't look good. Yeah, it is on one of my cards from New Japan Pro Wrestling, and I'm hitting somebody here, and my belly's over here. It doesn't look good. You know, it's like a 7-inch play between me and my belly button. You know, so. But yeah, that's. Move to him.
Well, I will steal the show in a little bit more on a weightier type of way. During my fight career,
I have time to go paint the barn.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
But on the weight issue, during my fight career, I always stayed right somewhere between that. I'll say 265, 275 pound range.
Very
at the high. Okay. During my amateur wrestling days at Arizona State, I did go heavyweight my last year. Heavyweight was an unlimited category, so there were a lot of 400-pounders. So I allowed my weight to increase up more, and I was probably around 285 to 290 at one time.
Holy
now,
shit,
again,
Severn.
I didn't say, again, there's no picture proof of this, and I thank God for that, because it wasn't exactly...
It'd be a widescreen photo. Huh?
Stretchy pants, a lot of stretchy pants.
Did they make a singlet that big?
Oh, wow. There were 400-plus pounders, so obviously they did. But to see spandex at 400 pounds...
Spandex expand.
Now, well... one of the heavyweights at Arizona State at the time, his name was Big James Mitchell. And the Arizona State's colors are maroon and gold. And when James would come out there,
The gold was up his ass.
I know the gold. You never seen that much gold. I mean, it's big round gold. It looked like the sun was coming toward you.
And no maroon.
A big round sun. Yes, it was coming at you. Yeah, there was almost. You needed to put on your sunglasses. There was so much gold. Yeah. No, but it was. I rather be at the weight I am now. I mean, now it's as one gets older, trying to lean out a little bit more. It's easier on the joints, and just overall mobility and health wise. So it all depends on what you're looking to do with it.
I was looking at that. Yeah. But to jump around the boat, when I went down to Columbia for the BioXcellerator, man, I never felt so good in all my life.
Weight wise or
life wise, they hit me with the cells, and like I said,
between the cells, and you got the hyperbaric chamber on top of that, which is great for the healing process.
Yeah, they hit me in the arm with the
IV bags.
Yes. And like I said, I got to walk 2 hours. I didn't walk 2 hours in over a decade, and the next day they hit me in IV in that arm 2 hours. I walked. And I hadn't done that in over a decade, man. It's amazing. I was happy as a pig in shit, and I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't believe it.
For you city slickers, us farm boys, we understand that's a very positive reaction. Pig and shit is a very positive type of thing. Just,
Yeah.
you know.
Pig and shit is like one of the city boys had a Ferrari car dealership, right?
Just want to make sure that some of the people.
Something they can understand. You know.
Well, on the topic of BioXcellerator, I have a question for Don in regards to that. This is from Haas. Don, do you think there has been any kind of cognitive or mental improvement? With your body being able to repair itself, one has to wonder if it will also help other areas of your body to recover and improve.
Oh, Haas. I bet you're some prick from Austin, Texas. There's nothing wrong with any other area of me, and I don't need any other cure in my mental status or my emotional. My emotional status is fine right now, damn it. And I don't know why you bring up something like that up. Yeah, prick. I'm good.
Well, he also commented that if he wanted to seek this medical treatment, should he say he was referred by you guys?
If you don't, we're going to come over to Austin, Texas, whoop your ass, boy.
Don is 31 other personalities. We'll all be there to whip your ass.
Sybil. Don and Sybil and Jeff and Stoshi.
Dan, how about you, Dan? Has there been any kind of cognitive or mental improvement?
Oh, yes. Look at him, for God's sake. And he looks so fantastic, too.
Try to keep this a little bit more serious note. That was probably one of the things that I noticed first was actually better recollection of things. I mean, there was a point in my prior to going to the down to BioXcellerator down in Colombia, South America, that I was really starting to question: am I on the onslaught of dementia, Alzheimer's? Because I was, I used to be so good about, memorization, putting things into my planner, and I was just skinny wampus all over the place, and I really noticed a big improvement on the mental state first, and then Don and I we both went down to South America, but we did it at different time periods, and all I know is that several of the doctors, they said that the same things, that first 30, 60, 90 days is where you're going to see the biggest improvements all the way up to that first year, pending your lifestyle, your diet. I mean, just all kinds of aspects of your life right there. And then that's what, I've seen certain improvements already, and I'm only into week number, I think, number 5, starting at number 6. So I'm looking forward to what's going to happen here in the next, 11, basically 10 and a half to 11 months. It's not that we have a werewolf in the studio here. It's
no, that's actually the timer saying, when your answer goes on just a bit.
It's like, instead of going this like this, cut it off there, Dan. It's like going, gotcha. Okay.
Dan.
Yeah, you're going on a little too long there, Danny boy.
Next questions for both of you guys.
Of course.
This is from Brandon Gostomski. He'd like to know, what is your opinion on the bare-knuckle fighting championship? Does it bring back any fond memories? And would you two compete if offered an opportunity to, whether it's in your prime or now?
My prime, hell, I jumped on it, shit. But now, it's something, like Dan said, I'm in 4th week, 5th week. And it's,
he forgot already, but no, it's more like a 6.
No, you have the honeymoon phase, and then you take a little bit of a shit, and then you go back up. And from the 3rd to the 6th month is when you hit another high point, And so I'm looking forward to hit that, and I think that'd be a fantastic time to hit the bare-knuckle thing. You know?
Now, the striking, Don was a much more complete fighter than I was. Again, Don, that's not the toxic masculinity you're talking right now. But Don was a much more complete fighter than what I was because he had a boxing background as well. So
yeah, but Dan was a mauler. I mean, nobody could touch him. It was like being attacked by.
Can't you just let me give you a compliment here for one second?
Like,
just know this. How often do I actually just pause and just give you a compliment?
I know that,
just
but
bask in it for a
I'm
moment.
trying to give you one. Also, you're being attacked by a horny grizzly bear. You know, I mean, you just.
Hey, wait a second. I don't think I need compliments like that now.
All right, go back to me.
Well, anyway, as I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted.
Yes.
Dodd was a much more complete fighter because he had the striking ability along with the grappling ability, where I was the one-trick pony. I was just a wrestler, and I simply knew that a striker has to be within arm's reach to punch, legs range to kick, knee, elbow, and I was always good about staying just outside of range to make them try to commit to something, and if they try to commit something and they missed it, now I'm looking at clinching, takedowns, or jamming them up against cage wall. At the moment that a striker has been clinched or taken down or jammed up against a cage wall, you've neutralized 90+% of their arsenal. And that is still true to this day when you watch the current UFC product.
Yeah, which is amazing because they're still making the same fucking mistakes from 25 years ago.
Yes, exactly. There's certain aspects that they should bring in a couple people like a Don Frye and a Dan Severn to, maybe for some coaching tips, to maybe analyze a few of their matches, maybe bring us into a couple of their training camps because they might be surprised at the knowledge that they could learn from me.
Well, for someone.
Oh, sorry.
I would take over.
Again, as I said, a much more complete fighter.
Yeah, I would take over the interview and bury the friend.
The senior citizen.
Well, for someone who wasn't much of a striker, you sure as hell had some great ground and pound game. I would say you're the true king of ground and pound, in my opinion.
Right,
well, again, that's a lot of wrestlers. Wrestlers reigned very dominant in the Ultimate Fighting Championship. And I'm actually proud to say that I was the very first one that came along the line and help open up that door, just because that striker only gets one opportunity, and and that's it. And that's where wrestlers. I mean, you take a person down. That's where a lot of strikers. You got to know how to strike in almost any kind of position. You got to know how to strike from underneath, and when someone's got a mount on you, or if someone's got a cross body on you, or if you've got a cross body on somebody in the mount position, and that's hard to find workout partners. So that a lot of times you have to use throwing dummies of that nature because your workout partners aren't too happy about being smacked around, so you have to use objects like throwing dummies.
That's right. So how's your chief throwing dummy during your, when you're training for the ultimate?
Look what it's done for you today.
Yeah. Look at me, people. You too could look like me. All you have to do is 2 weeks with Dan Severn training camp. Let him jump on top of you and punch you.
The next one here is a comment. It's not a question, but I thought you guys might like to hear this one. It's from Dude.
Dude. Someone who's afraid to give his real name.
He says,
Tony? Is that Tony?
I don't know. The Big Lebowski, maybe? He says, after listening to Mr. Dan and Mr. Don for a couple weeks, I got up off my ass, applied for a job at the shipyard for the post of a fireman, and got it. Ending my 3-year run as an unemployed POS at 25 years old, I feel like a man for the first time in my life. Been working for 10 days and it feels good. I used to smoke weed and watch sitcoms. Now I work at a place where we build battleships. Thank you, sirs.
Good job, man.
Yeah, I commend him for that. I mean, the fact that that's going as well. Don, I think we did something good.
Finally did something good. That's fantastic, man. Congratulations, dude.
hopefully we could aspire a few others to maybe do the exact same thing.
Yeah, get off your ass and become employed.
Get out of your mother's basement and go out and get a job and become independent on your own.
Off your mother's teat. Yeah. And be a man. Yeah. Thank you for watching another episode of Dan and Don's Fans Q&A. You better like, subscribe, and share, or I'm going to come to your house.